Hey everyone, it's me Super Yoshiyam, and I'm here to bring you a new show for my new channel, Super Smash Bros. Weekly News. Now, if you didn't already know, the creator of Super Smash Bros., Masahiro Sakurai, uploads a new picture of the game every week to his site. I thought that was pretty cool, and I decided to do a discussion of these pictures every single week. Now, this show itself is inspired by the Super Smash Bros. Weekly discussion series that was brought to you by GameXplain, so please go check their videos out. So let's get right to it. Monday's screenshot is that of the 3DS stage Gerudo Valley from Ocarina of Time. It states, the twin grannies, Kotake and Koume, or Kume, however you want to pronounce that, appear in Gerudo Valley. They're definitely up to no good. Now these two originally appeared in, like I said before, Ocarina of Time, in the Spirit Temple, which I believe, if memory serves correct, was the last temple of the game, obviously subtracting Ganon's castle. Kotake is the sorceress of ice, and Koume is the sorceress of fire, which is pretty obvious if you just look at their heads. They weren't actually originally from this location in the game. Like I said before, they were in the Spirit Temple, not in Gerudo Valley. So I thought that was pretty interesting for Sakurai to do. We saw a previous screenshot a few weeks ago, or a few months ago, of Link jumping across a bridge, which was caught on fire. So I believe the culprit of this was the fire sorceress. I could be wrong, but this is probably the most likely cause. So, on that note, I wonder if Kotake is going to do anything herself, as she is the ice sorceress and they both appear together. I have several theories on this. One, she could freeze the bridge back up, or, she could just make the ground all slippery for characters. My final theory is that she could just attack people with ice balls or ice magic or something, and that would freeze them, similar to the Freezy item from previous games. Now, there is a possibility that these two aren't exactly stage hazards and that they could just be assist trophies, though I find this extremely unlikely. Another possibility is that they could form Twin Rova, who was the final boss of that dungeon. She was pretty powerful, much more powerful than the two grannies combined, I'd say. But, again, I think this is pretty unlikely, as I don't really see any main purpose to this. But, overall, I'd say Monday's update was pretty good as far as these go. Now, Tuesday's screenshot gave the confirmation of a returning item, the bumper. The caption reads, "Pick of the day. The bumper is back with a detailed new design. This also means there will be no flippers." There is an additional screenshot that Sakurai posted which states, "Here's the backside of the bumper. There's way too much detail put into the side you can't really see. The designers really went overboard." Now, the bumper item originally appeared in the Nintendo 64 version of the game. This could just basically push opponents aside, and it had tons of knockback. This wasn't present in Melee, which was replaced by an item known as the flipper, which originally came from the NES game Balloon Fight. It had a pretty similar purpose, but if I do recall, it didn't have the same type of knockback. The flippers were gone in Brawl, and they brought back the bumper, and that had ridiculous knockback, just like in the N64 game. So we can see here that the bumper is back, and Sakurai also makes a comment about the flippers, saying there won't be any more of them, so I don't think they're going to return at all. You know what, I know they're not going to return at all, because, he literally said that. So, am I complaining about that? Not really. I'm wondering if the bumper is going to have that ridiculous knockback it had before, and that's probably a yes, but since I don't play with items, I don't know if it'll affect me that much or not. I think it's a pretty nice update overall, and he does point out that the dev team puts way too much effort into detailing the items, but hey, I'm not complaining about that. I think that's all there is to note about this, but if anyone else wants to point something out in the comments, please go ahead. Now, I think Wednesday's update was the least cool of the bunch. I thought that was the throwaway pick of the week, but enough complaining, let's just read the caption. It states, "Pick of the day. So far, which attack can blast away enemies the most dynamically? Is it King Dedede's fully charged Jet Hammer? Nah, it can't beat that KO uppercut. You can damage yourself by overcharging this attack, so watch out." The KO uppercut he's referring to is obviously from Little Mac. It really doesn't give us anything new. Dedede could already damage himself in Brawl from this attack, so that's not new. But do I have to say some nice things about this? Of course. I did notice the cool lighting effects we had on the Pilot Wing stage, so that was interesting. And as well as this, it was the first time in a while we got to see Pikachu in a stage, and he's looking pretty cute. So let's move on to the Thursday's pick of the day. Now, Thursday's pick of the day gives us an interesting new mechanic for a new character, Little Mac. It reads, Pick of the day. Little Mac's side smash attack is a straight right punch, but it can transform into an uppercut if you tilt diagonally upward or a body hook if you tilt diagonally downward. The body hook is the most devastating of these moves and it doesn't blast the opponents away. Sakurai posts an additional comment stating, The trick in activating these punches is to avoid tilting from the get-go. Tilt up or down right after the side smash attack starts kicking in. You can also tilt up or down while you're powering up. Now, I believe Marth had somewhat of a technique similar to this in previous games, but I didn't use Marth that much, so I can't say for sure. We can see from this that Little Mac is going to be much more of a technical fighter in this game. I have a few theories as to how we might be able to perform this attack with ease. It may be easier just to charge up a side smash the conventional way, which is just simultaneously hitting left or right and A, but you know, that's up to you. In my opinion, I don't know if I'll be C-sticking it. It might be really hard to just hit it that fast. Sakurai also states in the picture that the body blow or body hook punch doesn't cause that much knockback. So if that's the case, I think that'll be good for some comboing purposes. I could just, you know, body hook downward, grab or pummel, and I think that'll open up a lot of competitive strategies. Let's see what else there is to say. Can other moves do this? Like, can his up move be able to be tilting in direction or his down move? I find that highly doubtful, but you never know what'll happen. So let's move on to the last pick of the day. So in my opinion, I thought Friday's pick of the day was the best of the bunch as it revealed a supposedly new stage. It reads, Pick of the day. Here's a new stage for the 3DS version, Tortimer Island. I've been here countless times to catch bugs, and Sakurai posts another picture stating, What a beautiful day. On this stage, fighters are randomly placed on a different island layout every time they visit. Yar, come back anytime, will ye? Alright then, so let's see what we can find. This stage was originally from the 3DS game Animal Crossing New Leaf, so we've seen this stage already before though, in Pick of the Day, way back in time. It had DK and Cap'n on his boat on this stage, but we couldn't really see much more than that because Sakurai had it zoomed in so much. He also states about the stage that there are different layouts every time, so I'm wondering here if they're like, it's just going to be a different layout with that elevated green platform, or are we going to have some actual, you know, levitating platforms as in other Animal Crossing stages, such as that City Folk stage we saw in the Wii U version. I'm not really sure, but as far as platforms go, we can see one on the far left of the stage. I'm wondering here, will it affect the competitive scene? Will people ban this stage because of how unpredictable and random it is? And I think if they do ban it for something like that, it might be pretty silly considering it's just a minor change. I don't think it's gonna affect the metagame in any severe way, but hey, I'm not a competitive Smash player, so I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say about this screen. It's a beautiful looking stage, and it's making me a little more hyped for the 3DS version, but I'm not so much of an Animal Crossing fan, so if anyone wants to add some more information I missed, please do so in the comments below. That's all for this week. I had fun making this video, and I hope you guys enjoy watching this. I'll be back with a new video next week. So, I guess goodbye.